Oh, my love, where are we? Where are we? Whew. Are we here in the world of forms? Or are we in the presence as an unlimited child of God? The abundant one, having all treasures of the Father, being taken care of by the love of the Father, sustained by His love. Who are we? Do we live in Him in abundance? Constant peace and joy with all the treasures we share with everyone, guided by His voice, in oneness with everyone, with all beings. The beloved child of God. And God Father takes care of me and you. Do we live there, or do we live in the world of form? As a body, as a human. Then we are desperate. So there's only one problem: the separation. The feeling to be alone. That we left the Father. That we are separate from God and separate from love and life and our source. In a world of darkness, of death and suffering. This is very, very fearsome to live as a human being in that world. Billions of problems seemingly are there, not in truth. Awakened, we recognize, no, I am the beloved, Holy Son of God. I am the presence. I am invulnerable. I am unlimited. I am the whole. And God's love takes care for me. And this I extend to everyone. In this awareness, love takes over. And in God there are no problems, they are all solved. The question is, who am I and where am I? I'm only in the Father with you. We are sharing one identity and live in abundance. Pure, holy, and God takes care of us. Where can there be any problem? No problem. So, the lesson of today is that we recognize that our problems are solved. Actually, to recognize a problem so that it can be solved. It's a world of form against the presence. I'm the present, now. No past. No past. Here am I, beyond the form, in God. One with Jesus Christ, in the Father, and one with everyone. There is where I am, and there all problems are solved, in the love of God. God's voice talks the whole day to me, and any problem I give to Him, the Holy Spirit, it is solved. So living in the presence, in my wholeness, one with all, I embrace every situation I'm going in. Seemingly problematic situations. In my wholeness, with the love of God. God is with me wherever I go. And so God through me extends His love in every heart and every mind. So I'm the peace giver, the joy giver, the healer. And what I give, I get. No problems. Being one with God, there cannot be any problem. Being in my true identity, all is solved. Okay. Let me recognize a problem so it can be solved. Lesson 79. A problem cannot be solved if you do not know what it is. Even if it is really solved already, you will still have the problem because you will not recognize that it has been solved. This is a situation of the world. The problem of separation, which is really the only problem, has already been solved. You are not alone. You are with the Father in the Father. Yet the solution is not recognized because the problem is not recognized. Everyone in this world seems to have his own special problems. Yet they are all the same and must be recognized as one, if the one solution that solves them all is to be accepted. Who can see that a problem has been solved if he thinks the problem is something else? Even if he is given the answer, he cannot see its relevance. That is a position in which you find yourself now. You have the answer, but you are still uncertain about what the problem is. A long series of different problems seems to confront you, and as one is settled, the next one and the next arises. There seems to be no end to them. There is no time in which you feel completely free of problems and at peace. The temptation to regard problems as many is a temptation to keep the problems of separation unsolved. The world seems to present you with a vast number of problems, each requiring a different answer. This perception places you in a position in which your problem solving must be inadequate and failure and is inevitable. No one could solve all the problems of the world appears to hold. They seem to be on so many levels, in such varied forms, in which such varied contents, that they confront you with an impossible situation. Dismay and depression are inevitable, and you regard them as you regard them. Some spring up unexpectedly just as you think you have solved the previous ones. Others remain unsolved under cloud of denial and rise to haunt you from time to time, only to be hidden again, but still unsolved. Yes, all this complexity is but a desperate attempt not to recognize the problem and therefore not to let it be solved. If you could recognize that your only problem is separation, no matter what form it takes, you could accept the answer because you would see its relevance. Perceiving the underlying constancy in all the problems that seem to confront you, you would understand that you have the means to solve them all. And you could use the means because you recognize the problem. Yes. In your longer practice periods today, we will ask the problem, what the problem is, and what is the answer to it. We will not assume that we already know. We will try to free our minds from all as many different kinds of problems we think we have. We will try to realize that we have only one problem, which we have failed to recognize. We will ask what it is and wait for the answer. We will be told. Then when we ask for the solution to it, and we will be told. The exercises for today will be successful to the extent to which you do not insist on defining the problem. Perhaps you will not succeed in letting all your preconceived notions go, but that is not necessary. All that is necessary is to entertain some doubt about the reality of your version of what your problem are. You are trying to recognize that you have been given the answer by recognizing the problem, so that the problem and the answer can be brought together and you can be at peace. Yes, we rest in God. There we are, in the presence. The beloved child of God, sharing one identity. God is, And then we cease to speak. We give our life totally to Him. We are not a body. We are the unlimited one, the Christ, the Holy One, safe in the love arms of God. That's where we are, and that's who we are. We are taken care of. The love takes care for us. And we are sustained. Sustained by the love of God. This is reality. No separation from the source. We are who we are, and we live in abundance. All treasures of God are mine. This is the reality, the presence, beyond form. Be not deceived by the form, the problem of today. Whenever any difficulty seems to rise, tell yourself quickly, let me recognize this problem so it can be solved. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Then try to suspend all judgments about what the problem is. If possible, close your eyes for a moment and ask what it is. You will be heard, and you will be answered. Yes, again and again. What is your problem? Well, my only problem is really that I believe to be in a body, imprisoned, separate from God. Is that true? No. No, no, no. Father, you created me. Who's my source? Who's my Father? A physical form, which I projected out, and I'm imprisoned in a physical form, waiting for death, then I'm really in a problem. Or I decide for the truth. Here I am, beyond form, awakened in the Father, the present, the Holy Son of God, the abundant one, filled with all treasures, sharing one identity with everyone, living in the truth and the love arms of God, taken care of, sustained by the love of God, living in the kingdom of the Father, accepting the omnipresent love of the Father, omnipotent. My oneness is God. And then everything is given to me what I need. I'm not a body, I'm free. Yes. When I ask, this is a problem. That I feel again and again and again imprisoned in the body, being a human in a world of humans. Hey! And the answer was, you are back home, now and here, in the Father. Totally be happy. Happy, created happy. So God, Father, gives only joy. And my only function here is to accept my true identity and to share it with everyone. So, where can there be a problem? No problem. No problem. We are taken care. We are one. We are one in the Father. That's all. And then we are at peace. Beautiful. Let's do that exercise. Let's recognize the problem and accept the solution. There is no problem. In the Father, all is taken care. Yes, I surrender myself. Also the body, which I'm not. I'm not a body, I'm free. I'm beyond form. But I surrender this body to Holy Spirit and the Father to use for the purpose of liberation of the world. And then I'm free in the Father, living in abundance, in His love arms. And nothing can shake me, nothing. I'm home. Okay, beloved, have a nice day. Enjoy this lesson.